Hello. Is there a way that I can put this down from my notes? Maybe. Hello. I think this works. Oh, hey. Hello. I'm in a new room. I moved recently. That's not what I'm here to talk about, though. I'm here to talk about this movie. I'm doing a more anime reviews stuff. As I said in my Sword Art Online review, I hadn't watched any of the movies yet. I didn't know is this movie goes right in between season 2 and season 3. I missed out on that, I guess. But I finally watched it. Verdict? Pretty good. It's... Let me start off with the good stuff here. Music in Sword Art Online. Most anime music in general is very good. I really like the Sword Art Online music. As somebody who studied music theory and has played music for a very long time, I just really genuinely like the Sword Art Online music. And the Ordinal scale is no different. Music is phenomenal. Some of the character designs or redesigns, they're pretty good. I liked them. They grew on me as the movie progressed. I think I prefer some of the original looks from the show, but other than that, absolutely great visually in the movie. And did perfectly dovetail. There wasn't too much pickup from the end of season 2. I know... What's her name? What is her name? Hold on. Yuki. Yuki shows up for like 5 seconds to help Asuna in this movie, and I felt like that was a nice callback to season 2. Kept making me feel emotional there again when they brought Yuki back. To show her next to Asuna when she's wielding her sword and all that. The main sort of plot in this movie is the Ordinal scale sort of game. Instead of a virtual reality, it's an augmented reality, basically, where you have something that changes what you see, but you're just out in the world. It's like if you had Pokemon Go but had it on your face. I'm not wrong. However, this is one of the movies where I wouldn't have minded Kirito being more of a main force throughout the whole thing. He was kind of off to the side doing detective stuff, trying to figure things out, and Asuna was really out there kicking butt. And when the writers of Sword Art Online go and do that, when this sort of Asuna gets all the action in the limelight and Kirito goes off and does his own thing, it can work. It can work very well. Look at the tail end of season 2. That was perfect. That was absolutely amazing. Made me bawl my eyes out. While I don't think this is entirely horrible, I think there were some issues in the execution. Just generally, there is a lot of non-communication between Kirito and Asuna. They just kind of assumed that they were doing these things, and it felt, not to say that anime needs realism in it, but it felt unrealistic to me, at the very least. Other than that, the story's pretty good. The whole losing your memory plot line that I see in different forms of media, it's a touchy plot line for me. I don't know why, but sometimes it's very hard for me to really enjoy it. Sword Art Online, Ordinal scale, handles it moderately for my tastes. This is not my favorite story that has been told in Sword Art Online. However, it's certainly not the worst. Plus, there are no, like, physical assault scenes in this movie, which is great. But yeah, what else is there? There's a, kind of a sub-commentary on the idea of, like, what was it? Let me go into the actual story. There's, in the movie, there's Kirito and Asuna and everybody else, Sinon, and, I want to call her Lifa, but that's not her name in the real world. Saguo. They're all just doing their thing. This new video comes out called Ordinal, and they go out and they play it. Kirito just has a hard time with it because he's not a physically active guy. So the first half of the movie is basically dedicated to Kirito, like, beefing himself up in real life. It's good. Sword Art Online usually doesn't do that with Kirito. They just say, here he is, look at him, he's awesome. And you get to go, hey, that's an awesome guy doing awesome things. No, they actually make him work for it this time. But Asuna really takes the limelight. She's out there doing her thing. She's playing the game. She's really good at the game. Until about halfway through the movie, the hour mark in, she starts losing her memory, and Kirito goes full detective mode, and he goes, we need to figure out why Asuna's losing her memory of the Sword Art Online event. A bunch of other SAO members who are going to these events are losing their memory. What happens if I go to the event? Do I lose my memory and all this and that? And there's, like, this mysterious girl that keeps following Kirito everywhere he goes. There's these two girls. There's the pop star singer, and then there's this little girl in a white hood. I'm not sure. I've already forgotten if they're the same person or not. They sort of represent the two halves of this sort of augmented reality game that they're in, where one's the sort of face and they're running all the events, and then the girl in the hood kind of is just there trying to get players to help her figure some things out about the augmented reality game, all the different headgear stuff, and I don't know. It's really good. I'm not doing it justice by describing it here, but it's a good movie. The memory thing, it could have used some slight, it could have used some better handling. The final fight scene was beautifully animated. That was great, seeing everybody either in their original SAO forms or their Alfheim Online forms, or Sinon as she was in Gun Gale Online. Sinon, the best character ever in Sword Art Online. All the designs are absolutely amazing. They're very sleek. The animation is very sleek. And yeah. Out of 10, I probably give this like an 8 or a 9. It's not perfect. It's got some issues. Probably an 8. That might just be because of my personal taste about memory loss plot lines. But yeah, that is Sword Art Online Ordinal. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you found it helpful. See you later.